Oh, why is this not sharing, Sairam? I don't know. Uh, okay, let's start our study circle with 3 ohms. Om. Om. Dear Swami, we are so grateful to be able to meet here together in your presence today. While we are here together studying your word in your Bhagavata Vahini, we ask that you open our ears and hearts to whatever it is you want us to learn. Please speak through each one of us and help us progress in our spiritual journey. Jai Sai Ram. Sairam, everyone. Please, just reminder, please mute your cell phones. Let's be respectful. Let's not put a display of intellectual prowess and ask the questions that arise. We may all learn from whatever questions that arise with you. So, with that, of course, it's the best practice to try to leave our egos outside of this discussion. That will help us to learn faster, but it's easier said than done. But I just wanted to put that out here as an etiquette. All right. So we are discussing Bhagavata Vahini, and we have finished learning reading chapter 13 as of last week. That was about the coronation of Parikshit, and basically the entire story revolved around Arjuna coming back with the news of Krishna's passing. As soon as Kunti, their mother, hears that Kunti passes away, and with that, the Pandavas are grief stricken and they decide to actually give up their kingdom and hand over the responsibilities of the kingdom and otherwise to Parikshit, their grandson. So that is where we are in the Bhagavata Vahini, chapter 13. And with that, we had talked about how to handle, ways of handling duty, ways of handling grief, and also processing the loss. How we can handle grief with memories and all our rituals that are there in place to kind of help us handle grief. We did talk about the importance of knowing the impermanence of this body. We also did talk about the importance of carrying out duty no matter the circumstance. With that, we actually moved along to talking about a discourse from Swami, which we will read again today and continue our discussion because we were talking about how we can do the duty, even when. Even with the current in our current scenarios and how we can actually relate to that. So with that, I would I mean, unless there is some other questions from last week, otherwise we can move along if that's okay. Okay. So is Bhargav, sorry, is Om here? Okay. Om, can you please reread this, please?
Everyone is endowed with divine power. It is a mistake to think that only some people have it and others do not. Right from a toddler to an old man, from a pauper to a millionaire, from a tiny insect to a big animal, it is present in everyone. There may be differences to inform, but divinity is present in all in equal measure. Discharge your duty under all the circumstances, your duty sincerely. Whatever you see, consider it as divine. When you see with worldly feelings, you will see only the physical and ephemeral world. Therefore, see the world with divine feelings. The Upanishads say the cosmic being has thousands of heads, eyes, and feet. All heads are his, all forms are his. When you have such a feeling, how happy and peaceful you become. On the other hand, if you observe differences based on form, you will have a dual mind and lose your peace. This duality is the main cause for lack of peace. A man will dual mind is half blind. Dualism makes us blind to the truth. Develop the feeling that you and I are one and consider the universe as the form of God. As the Vedas say, God pervades the entire universe. The divine power is the same in everyone. Therefore, never criticize, ridicule, or hate anyone. See God in everyone, constantly contemplate on God and surrender yourself to Him. Only then can you get eternal happiness. If you want to attain eternal happiness, you must take refuge in God. Refuge in God. If you desire only physical and worldly happiness, then you are bound to suffer. Satya Sai speaks.
Thank you, Om. So we read through this. We did not have enough time to completely discuss, but the question here was, and how does the belief that divinity exists equally in everyone influence the way we approach our responsibilities and duties? And with that, I had actually I actually talked about my question, where it came from, especially looking at the current political scenario in the country and what have you, and how that, how are we supposed to, you know, train our minds to kind of make sure that, we see the divinity, forget about the others, but we have to at least train ourselves. That's where we begin. And how do we approach that, approach in our responsibilities, in our duties, and what? Yes, please go ahead.
Sairam, see, whenever something significant happens in the world, there will be a change. So what happens is, normally as humans, we are worried about change. When something in the future we expect a drastic change, we are afraid. That is what is the current situation. So if we have that faith that it's God who is, take refuge in God. That's what Swami says. So if you firmly believe that it's all happening as per divine will, then you are going to take that change, go with that flow. See, even if you don't, if you have that fear, that doesn't mean that you're going to change. The change will happen. So only thing is, you are trying to resist the change, and that's what is affecting you. So if you go with that flow, then you'll be perfectly okay. So in other words, what I'm saying is, have that complete faith and total surrender to the Lord, to the Swami. Then you are not going to be affected by whatever, because it's going to be different. Yes, it's going to be different. That doesn't mean that we don't know. We don't know what is in store. So let's go with that flow. We cannot change anything. That's what I feel.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, it was in people's hands to actually vote. So I thought that was the change.
Yes, people
that was
did.
there.
People did, and that's
Yeah.
what the outcome is. So
So
we cannot go and change, right?
yeah, we
So
cannot change it. But
yeah,
my point is, yes, divine will, I agree.
yeah.
But at the end of the day, because today we have to face it, and we have to increase faith, is what you're saying.
No, that facing is what you're saying the word face with the thing in mind that it's going to be worse. That I'm not sure. It's going to be different. Whether it is
I agree with that.
good
Absolutely.
or bad or worse, better or worse, we don't know. So it's going to be different. So let's go with that flow. That's what I think.
So I'm reminded of that story where a minister, something happens to the minister. I don't remember the entire, vaguely remember the cutting
Oh,
the
you mean the
finger,
cutting the finger thing?
right?
Yeah, yeah,
So it happens and he goes to this one, he's
yeah,
unable to go.
yeah,
So he says all for good, right?
yeah.
So I know that us, we judge by what we see, right? And probably that may be right or wrong, but something else is happening that is for our better. We have to think it in that way, but we have to follow what our conscience says, and we did that,
Right.
right? We did that, and then after that it is
Sarah. Thank you. So last week you raised the question in the last minute, and I tried to address it in short form, like two
Correct.
sentences. So the point here, so the outcome is opposite to our expectation. That's why it looks like it's incorrect. Let's look at the other angle. So the voting happened. 51% people voted. 49% this side. So if you consider that way, majority, that's what we call the popular vote, right? So means 51% people has hopes on that outcome. So let's not mention which person is standing, is it different, right? So then, because 51% is on the other side, 49%, but the outcome may be different than what we expect. It may be harming 49%, or it may be quite opposite 49%. But think of that one. If he is doing good for those 51%, then who is right? I mean, that's one angle we are looking at.
I don't think
Let's
it's a personal good or bad,
that,
So,
right?
right?
so,
But yes,
so I think
I mean, if 51% of the people agreed whatever the decisions the person is making, and it is making some kind of advantage for those 51% people, it may be in any form, it may be. So then, which is correct? So it's a kind of very relative question. That's why
So-
it's a very tricky point here.
Sairam, just 1 second.
Sai-
I think the discussion is going in a slightly
Can-
different direction.
so can
I would like to reorient it to what Swami is
Yeah,
putting us.
so
I
yeah,
think the example,
Sairam, I
let's
just
not take
want-
this example. Let's take something else.
yeah, that's what I think.
Take this example. Let's take something else.
Yeah. So I wanted Sabita to finish and then I would have pivoted, but okay. What? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, for us to do our responsibilities and duties, we have to kind of get in sync with the divinity in all, is what we are saying, right? And for that, we need to imbibe certain qualities too. So yeah, please go ahead, Raki.
um, I know it's off discussion, but I'll come back to that. One more point is there. Like, I don't know about Trump. He got elected. It's good or not. It's a national thing. So what's a nation exactly? We are a set of people who are going to one level, and from there we vote him. We go to national level, which is frankly, other than vote, we don't have any other like things in our hand to change it. But in and around us, we have things which we can change,
We can
but we are
impact.
not doing it.
We can impact.
So similarly, like earlier discussion, I always give my real-time examples where I have been in a situation this year where I said like 17 people voted and I was the only person who didn't agree with some outcome. But will that mean that, okay, I will change just because those 17 people voted I am wrong? No, it's my opinion. I don't know if it's right or wrong. But that doesn't mean that we change ourselves. We try to stick with what our beliefs, and we follow that, give our 100% to what our beliefs are, and bring that change around us. That bunch of people can change few others. And that's how we try to bring a change which is far away from us. But without that, following something at our level, we cannot bring a change at a national level. That's what I mean.
So can we use the mic because people are online?
So what I was trying to say
Yeah.
was that I think it's because of just in general terms in life, we have expectations no matter what it is.
Yes.
And when things don't go our way, then we get disappointed. But we don't know. This is what I think Swami is trying to say. Like, we have to have the faith, good or bad. It could be a good outcome or it could be a bad outcome. And if it's a bad outcome, just like challenges in our lives, we're supposed to learn how to deal with it.
Correct.
We are thinking, not to go back, we are thinking of something like that, whatever we were talking about. There is another country in another part of the world that is going through bombings and killings, and they're
Yeah.
having way more challenges than our feelings or
Yes.
our fears of
Yeah.
what could happen.
Mhm.
We don't know what is going to happen.
Mhm.
We think it's going to be bad, but we don't know it's going to be bad.
Correct.
I'm not, by the way,
Agree.
I'm being impartial here.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to put it in terms of life.
Yeah.
If in situations of our life,
Mhm.
it's because we have expectations. And when those expectations of whatever it is that we want doesn't go our way, then we're disappointed and we think it's the wrong way.
So with that,
But
right?
then Swami certainly has a plan. So we do, I think what we always say, right? You do your part. So we did our part. We've all done
No,
our part.
that's correct. So let's pivot to the next question because you're at the right place
Okay.
for that.
Okay.
So the next question is, what qualities can we imbibe to motivate ourselves?
Right.
Right? Because to whoever, whatever the reason, whatever it is, when you feel disheartened, how do you motivate yourself to do the right thing, feel the right way,
So
right?
it goes back to what Rocky,
Rocky
said.
said,
So what
yeah.
Rocky is saying, I believe, I think, and I don't want to speak for you, Rocky. So you as an individual, you do your work, you do, and then Swami takes care of whatever. You can't just sit here and say Swami's going to do everything. You do whatever. So what is at your level? At your level, I think you were saying, Rocky, and I'm sorry, like, what can you do? Do something as simple as like picking up the garbage at the street in front of you. Like do simple things like that. We can't maybe change the world like big things, big rocks, but we definitely can change small rocks,
Yeah.
right? Like we do here at the
So-
Sci Center. So that's what
Absolutely.
back to what your discussion, it's all about your expectations and you being disappointed because you didn't get your way, which is me all the time.
Sairam, I'll add right here, like the second point, right? So we have to keep following our dharmic rules. That is what is important. Accept whatever the outcome is. We have to remember the history has shown many things. The Holocaust is a classic example, was a very popular reader, but a dharmic ways. A lot of people followed it, millions of people followed, people like that, right?
Yeah.
Our own country, British has ruled for 200 years. But Gandhiji came, in the rightful way. They kept talking. Millions of people lost their lives for the right outcome.
Mhm.
So I feel we have to take the same route, follow a dharmic route, stick to your principles, and do it in a non-violent, easy way. But keep yourself steady with Baba's teachings. That's I feel I would take that approach.
Got it. So then what is it? Okay, so you're saying as a way to feel motivated, listen to follow Baba's teachings or whoever, do the right thing. So whatever your faith and form is, you kind of go in and try to motivate yourself from there on. It's not always easy because life happens, but life is life. So then in that case, how do you adopt to the view of universe? So if you read the third point that I had there was basically just saying, in a world where often driven by competition and self-interest, what are the barriers that we generally face to view universal divinity?
Sairam, yeah, all these are Maya, right? The Maya just presents the picture, the fear. So all these things that we see is only because of self-interest. So we want to be, we fear that the future is going to be bad. That is why we are having that. That is the barrier to seeing that universal
So
divinity.
expectations is one.
Expectations is one.
Mhm.
And self-interest is another one. So because it's we want to be comfortable, we don't want to. In other words, the Maya is the one that is blocking us from seeing that universal divinity. So why is it? Because the Maya comes in presents so many things. It projects as if the future is going to be really bleak. Okay, we don't know. So we switch between past and the future. We are not never in the present. So that future bleakness is projected by Maya. That Maya, that place is individual. So each person will perceive the future to be in a different way based on their experiences, based on what they perceive. So it's all perception that Maya plays that role. So what is the barrier? Yeah, that is the barrier. So if you go beyond that and firmly believe that this is all Maya, a play of Maya, have that faith, then you're not going to have that barrier.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very good point, Sairam. Yeah, go ahead, Sai Prashant.
So I don't know I'm aligned with this discussion or not because I'm not there in the last week's session.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I've seen some keywords in this presentation, which
Mm.
I'm going to talk about. It's a simple thing. I'm just going to talk about 3 R's, what Swami always believed, the triple R, which is righteousness,
Mhm.
responsibility, and refugee.
Mm.
So to explain it a very simple way. So as I don't know name Shobha said, we have to follow always dharmic approaches.
Mhm.
The righteousness, dharmic approach in the sense, do your karma, everything falls in place. Even if it's not in place, since you did your karma, it will give you the positive result. It will give you the result at least.
Yeah.
There are so many people waiting for the result. It's positive or negative, we don't know that.
Yeah.
There's so many people waiting for result. At least if you do the dharma, you get your result. It's same as, Krishna never fought with an weapon.
Yeah.
Krishna just drove the vehicle. That's it.
Chariot.
So yeah, a chariot. So, and second thing is responsibility. What is responsibility? Responsibility is something which was given to you already by God. I mean, like from your birth, you have your responsibilities. Some people are born in very rich families.
Yeah.
But then also they do their businesses. For example, Ratan Tata's son, maybe
Yeah.
example,
Yeah.
he goes to his office every day, but
Yeah.
not because he's having crores and crores. He's not sitting in his home.
Yeah.
He's doing his middle path. What is middle path? Swami said, you build your wall, man. You're not it's not job, it's not any work. So that is responsibility. You take up your thing, if possible, give it to people.
Mm.
If not possible, keep it yourself, but don't ruin the space.
You're right.
Don't spread negativity. If you are in negativity, just try to come out of it.
Yeah.
Because as we Mr. Venkat spoke, Maya is not letting you out of no come out of the negativity.
Yeah.
So how to defend Maya? We don't have any special powers. We are not God. We are not Swami. At least we don't have something. But only thing we have is the faith. How does the faith come? As again, Swami also gave the clue for that.
Yeah.
Refugee.
Yeah.
You know.
Take
So
refuge in
take
God.
refuge from God. God
Yeah.
gives you power. If you are refugee from God, God gives you power. That's it. That is the simplest way to escape from Maya and all this materialistic world.
Yeah.
At least you have to take some time to expel yourself from this materialistic world and try to believe. Even go individually into a room, lock yourself, and then try to meditate for 2 minutes and think what you are, where you are, why you are,
Yeah.
and why we are all sitting and speaking here is a simple question.
Yeah.
That's it. That's Sairam.
Sairam, thank you. 3 R's is a good one. Yes. Taking refuge in God is really one that we should focus on. Anyone else have anything to add? Because I wanted to move on to kind of talk about what qualities can we imbibe. So the 3 R's basically pretty much summarizes the entire thing. So thank you, Sai Prashant. Anyone have anything to add?
Sairam, it's the same thing. Basically, if Maya is a word that confuses a lot of people because it's hard to put your mind around it, you can simply say your mind. Mind is the one that does it. That's the only thing that separates us from God. If you don't have your mind, you're already with God. So that's what we have to do.
Nicely put. Thank you.
I would like to add finally. So as Shobhaji mentioned, the concept of mind. Uh, we number one, following dharma is the way to go always. That's why all these things were made for us. For all these moments, all these stories, they're not stories but examples, but for all these moments, we have something to refer to. And secondly, the Maya part is we try to escape behind Maya. Uh, it is all our mind, as Shobhaji mentioned very clearly. It's all in the mind only. We just have to clarify ourselves that things will come to stop our ways, and we have to. It's just training the training mind from the negativity to positivity always, and surrendering to the Almighty is always the key of it. The belief in divinity is when we that is in our culture, I mean our dharma. If we do that faithfully with the firm belief, then there would be no duality and there will be no self-interest and there will be no competition. So it's a series of events. It's a series of events. The faith, then obviously with the faith, firm faith, there will be no Maya and there will be no self-interest and there will be no competition. And those barriers would be easily, we can overcome those barriers.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about faith again later. We have to come back to this. I will come back to that. So okay, that pretty much also summarizes more of what we thought, because firm faith is something that we should work towards, and that's very hard to develop. It's nice to sit and talk about it, but it's very hard to develop when we face a challenge. Um, and that, I think, is something that there is a discourse of Swamis that I would like to talk about at a later time. So we'll come back to faith, is what I'm saying. That's all. Anyone have anything to add? Because I have another quote from Swami that I wanted to discuss.
I just I just wanted to mention a simple example of building a faith. That is my personal example. It's very small, not too lengthy. My grandfather and my parents, they're all Swami devotees from like past 50 years or what my grandfather is born. So since my childhood, I was born in 94 and I got to know this world about 99 or kind of 6 years or 7 years. Since then, till I moved to the US, till I moved to the Virginia Beach, for 29, 30 years, I'm 30 years. I will be hearing only one word from my father or my grandfather. That is, we are Telugu people. Like, నాన్న వీసాకి వెళ్తున్నానంట స్వామికి చెప్పావా నాన్న వీసా వచ్చింది ఇప్పుడు ఇమిగ్రేషన్ ఉంది అయిపోతుంది స్వామికి చెప్పి అయిపోతుంది ఇప్పుడు ఇలా వెర్జినియా బీచ్లో ఉద్యోగం వచ్చింది నాన్న ఒక్కడనే వెళ్తున్నాను నాకు ఎవరు లేరు రే నీకన్నా ముందు ఉంటాడు నువ్వు చెప్పు అయిపోయింది సో అంటే
So let me just translate what he's saying. So every time he went, his parents and grandparents have been Swami's devotees for a long time, and whenever his dad and grandfather have only said one thing to him at every point for the past 30 years. That's his experience. So when he got the visa, he said, he went and told them, I've got the visa, so I'm going to apply for the visa. They said, did you tell Swami? He said, did you get I got the visa. He said, okay, did you tell Swami? If then he said, I've got to go to the US. He said, that's okay, he's going to be there for you, you go. So they have never ever, that's what he's trying to say.
The point I'm trying to say is, for every minute thing, you don't believe if you come to my family and see, some people will be like, Nana cinema, I'm going to the movie, okay, Swami, tell Swami. This tell Swami, inform Swami is like a daily practice for us. Yeah. The point is, I'm trying to say is, that much faith, Yeah. My grandfather, I mean, like, no one knows, even Swami sometimes sleeps, even he listens or not. Yeah. I'm like just joking. Yeah. But, he tries to, my grandfather used to joke like, okay, I'm like, I used to keep some movie songs in the night or something like, hey, Swam padukunnarra, don't disturb him.
Yeah.
Why are you
so they used to say that, don't disturb him. He's sleeping. Why are you playing movie songs right
so
now?
That kind of inbuilt faith that they developed and, they never left that. It's not that they're saying that, but they did not develop. And this is the final thing I have to say. My grandfather's name is Narayan Murthy. Okay. Mm-hmm. He keeps this to everyone who visits my house, not to the watchman, to the garbage boy, everything. So
he calls everyone.
He calls Sairam, same name. And every time some in India, it's like when people come to the festival times or something. Even my who do I call that? Washerwoman comes there. Tatgaru salary, she asked, and my grandfather said, okay, give 10 rupees to Swami so that he will collect all 10 rupees from all the world and give it to the poor people. Yeah. So he used to keep saying like this. Yeah. And ఆఖరికి మా తాతగారి పేరు సాయిరామ్ తాతగారు అయిపోయింది. Yeah. So people in my area call Sairam Tatgar. Wherever I go, Sairam Tatgaru's grandson. Yeah. So this came from the faith he maintained since 70 or 80 years. That's what I'm trying to say here. He never left.
Thank you for sharing.
We are not super rich. He never believed that he's going to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
But he still did not leave Swami or any superpower he held.
Yeah.
That's what faith is.
Very nicely
yeah.
said. Thank you for sharing,
Thank you.
Sahib.
Yeah.
Sairam. Yes.
So today, while I was driving to Bhajan, I and mom were talking, and I was saying, "Mom, I do not have that faith because I have that fear."
Right.
And Swami says
Exactly.
that when you have faith, you do not have fear. Faith
Right.
and fear don't go
Hmm.
together. So, yeah. So I think we are all, part-time devotees.
Right.
Right? We have, because we have faith half of the time, and half of the time we have like fear,
Mhm.
right? Or fear majority of the time,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, so that's one thing. And talking about Sai Ram, right?
Yeah.
I have to share this. Sorry, but I may be deviating.
No, please.
So my when my dad went to Venkat's house before marriage, wanted
Right.
to see, and
Yeah.
some people came to there and they were talking to each other, Sairam, Sairam. My dad came home. I said, "No, I don't know what Sairam means." He didn't know Swami.
Yeah.
But Ram is there in that word. So they have to be a really good alliance. Let's get everything, So, so Sairam has so much power.
Right. Absolutely.
No,
Sairam. Yeah. Sure. All right. Thank you so much for sharing. That's
Bhavani.
really, really nice. Yes, please go ahead.
So since we are talking about the faith, right? I just wanted to quote one example which happened to us last week. Me and Kanchana went to beach for a walk on the shore, on the water side. And we went for 2-3 miles and then suddenly we sat for some time and then came back. While coming back, I noticed that I lost my wallet somewhere. I don't know. I don't know whether I brought it or not. I don't know. I just lost on somewhere. Then we went and then again we went back to the place where we sat. I did not find it, but I was not worried. I mean, there is cash also in the wallet. I'm not worried about the cash, but I'm more worried about the credit cards because I don't want to cancel and then again get them back. While going and coming back, I say just pray to God. So, Sairam, it's up to you whether I get it or not. I'm just praying to you. So please see that it is. I'm able to find it. So came back, nothing happened. I mean, I did not find it. I thought finally that maybe maybe I kept it in the car. Then we came to the car with the hope of finding it. I did not find in the car also. Then I realized maybe I forgot. Maybe I left it in the house. So let me go back to house and then find it. Then with that hope, we came back. And then, of course, we lost hope, so in fact. So when we came to the home, and then I just opened the door. Suddenly on the door, I see a small visiting card from the police department. Yeah, police department with the name, with the police name, and they put a note, lost property. Lost property. Then I thought, okay, lost property, maybe it is because, I mean, same thing only. They gave the phone number, I called the phone number, the police department, and he said, yes, are you Vijay? Yes, I'm Vijay. Oh, you lost your something? And yes, I lost my wallet. Oh, it's okay. Somebody brought it to the police station. It is available here. Yeah, if you can come, it's ready. I just kept it ready, and you just come and collect it.
Yeah.
Then I had to go all the way to the same ocean front only. Then everything was filled, and the police cop was waiting for me. I said, I'm coming. So I went, and then, and when I found, they removed my cash. There are about $179. Everything they put in a small sheet also. How many 20s, how many 10s, how many ones? Entire sheet. And they had my the driving license. They said, is this you? Yes, it is me. And nothing. I mean, I just got it.
Yeah. Right. So that is what his example of where he said he will be there before you reach. That is what it is.
So, you know what is another thing in this story that kind of the faith in humankind, in humanity, that in this day and age we fear about like bad things, but that some some person, good doesn't matter. It could have been a homeless person. We don't know who it is, but they did the right thing. And that is not just faith in God, that is faith in humanity. More than anything, it's easier to have faith in God than it is to have faith in that is faith in humanity. But can I share a silly thing, a really silly thing? The power of Om.
Yeah.
This is really silly. So my ears, because I don't wear those Indian earrings all the time, the hole is kind of small. So when you wear these Indian earrings like the jimmicky and stuff, it's really thick, you know? So it hurts. And so I can never put it inside. But every time I do Om, I'll just calmly do. I know see, I told you it's silly. I will calmly do Om every time it works. Yeah, it's good. It works for you. All right. Can we actually move along? How much time? We have time.
Do we have time for
Yeah.
another example?
Yes,
Quickly.
absolutely. Absolutely.
See,
Absolutely.
this is all these stories are basically live examples of everyone who has, and it's helping everyone. That's why Vijay
Right.
That's why it's important to sit in the satsang.
That is so true. That
We
is
learn
correct.
from each other, and that helps to elevate your own faith.
Yeah.
My father was not a believer. My
Yeah.
mother had always been a very strong believer. She had a small temple, this much of temple within the kitchen, or in a corner, and used to pray with while cooking and everything.
Yeah.
And she used to work in Ministry of Defense and come back home and prayers again. And so I obviously, and after 12th grade, we all appear for PMT, medical entrance and all.
Yeah.
And my name did not come in the merit list.
Right.
So, you used to say the exam was good. I did very good. You used to say your exam was very good. My father was kind of scolding me.
Yeah.
I said, but it was good. I did good. Then he went to my mom. He was cooking and praying together, all that.
Yeah.
Look at your son's destiny. That's the word he used. Ask your God if he can do something. I mean,
Yeah.
I get emotional while talking the story.
Yeah.
Ask your God. You pray to him all the time. Ask if he can do a miracle now.
Mm.
So she casually did this prayers, and she might have prayed something. Next day morning,
Mm.
or within a week, I mean, not to be exaggerate, within a week, in the newspaper, it came that Vice Chancellor did some scam. They did not, they made a huge scam, and the papers need to be rechecked. This is the first time in the history it happened. Delhi PMT, all the papers were rechecked, and the name came. Manoj Chawla came into Maulana Azad, like the topmost college of Delhi.
Right.
So maybe the first thing was true or the second thing was true, but he made it happen.
Right.
Maybe I did not deserve it. I don't know, but he did it for her belief, that faith.
Yeah.
And is it a miracle or is it a faith? It's all faith causes miracles to happen.
Right. That is correct. That is correct. Yes, Sahib. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll just take few minutes, 2 to 3
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah.
because this example I'm saying is, it is very, very much strong evidence of how Swami, let me escape from a big, big, big problem in recent past. It is not kind of accident, or it's not kind of thing. It is a major problem which could affect, which would have been, great impact on my career and my future as well.
Right.
I always believe Swami will be called as Dukhabanjara, right?
Yes. Mhm.
That means who vanishes our pains or kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. So while I used to do part-time job, because I'm a student, I'm not since I used to earn some money kind of thing. When I used to always go to the part-time jobs and all, I used to sing only one song, Mahadeva Maheshwara Sai Narayana is my toe-to head favorite song.
Yeah.
So while I was singing that, earning 300, some money that I can pay for my rent and not having money to, So in that time, I got my, what is that?
EAD.
EAD card.
Mm.
I was waiting for right job to pop up.
Mm.
It's not coming up. I've given like 20 to 25 interviews, almost 20 to 25 interviews. This example is not how I entered an interview. The point is, while giving the interviews, every interviewer is taking me to the final round, and in the final round, they are asking whether you are a GC or a citizen. I gave 50 interviews, 100 interviews. I have a count of how many interviews I attended.
Yeah.
So this is going on. I did not, I'm like going on. One day, before me coming to US, Swami came into my sister's dream, and he said that, Bangaru, don't worry. I've sent your brother there. You don't worry. You sleep happily. That's what Swami said.
Yeah.
While me attending this interview process and everything, I was vexed up. Not because of interviews. This daily routine I missed up.
Yeah.
morning, waking up in the morning, talking to people. I missed it up because I used to go work in places like restaurant or gas station or
Yeah, so
something
you
which I
can't
was
do
not
that.
supposed to do,
Mm.
kind of thing. Okay, going on. One day, I was coming from gas station and I was vexed up. I was on a Uber, the rain, Chicago wind and everything. I was vexed up and I scolded Swami like,
Yeah.
you don't talk to me. I will not. I'm like in Telugu,
Yeah.
no matter you
Yeah.
don't talk to me.
Yeah.
You're not coming in my sister's dream. If you are really talented, I mean, like if you're really that efficient, come to my dream. Something we spoke and again I came and it's normal between Swami and I. Sorry, Swami, padukundan. I mean, like let's sleep. 2 days later, Swami was in my dream.
Yeah.
He was very angry,
Oh.
reddish face and very angry. He came to me and like, you have this thing called, you have hurry. Why hurry? You don't first of all, let relax. He said that, okay, Prashant, hurry, don't hurry. I'll give you everything. But before that, before me going again back, you challenged me if I'm a god or not, something, right?
Yeah.
What I will wear always is like red gown,
Yeah.
orange gown.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you have the dare to see if I open this? You will not be alive if I open this. Don't make me do that, Bangaru. Don't hurry. I'll give you everything, he said.
Okay.
Right? After 2 months, I got some job which is not official.
Okay.
It is like I used to train some student from India. He used to work for some company.
Yeah.
I used to act as a proxy for him, which I did not like.
Yeah.
Because working on some, it's not legal,
Yeah.
it's not official. I am in that tension.
Yeah.
తీసుకున్నప్పుడు బాగానే ఉంది కానీ ఐ మీన్ లైక్ ఫస్ట్ ఐ వెన్ ఐ యాక్సెప్టెడ్ ఇట్ ఫర్ మనీ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్ విచ్ ఇస్ బికాస్ ఐఎమ్ గెటింగ్ సమ్ 2000 or 2500 per month, I took it up. But while later on, while doing that, I felt that this is not the right thing I'm doing.
Okay.
Then I got tensed. I indulged in with thoughts like, what if I get caught? What if I was sent to India? Or what if I was sent to jail?
Yeah.
What if this what if tensed me a lot.
Worry.
And I lost weight. I lost like about because of this worry. I did not eat properly. I did not sleep properly. I did not do nothing. Then this is all happened in June, July, August. This August. And then I once sat before Swami and I said, I will have Swami's photo in my home. I used to have big photos and but here, since bachelor's room, we can't. Even though I have an interest of maintaining, people will not let the ambience be there.
Yeah.
So I have small photo, Hanuman photo and everything. I'm sitting and I ask Swami, let's stop this. I don't have any bigger intentions of becoming, buying a Volvo car. No, I don't have this trauma. I don't fall in this loop of being a wealthy rich man.
Yeah.
I just came here to have a job and visit America. That's it.
Yeah.
That is done. I've visited all the maximum places here. What I will be losing is I will be losing some loan amount that I've put for my education. That also you will take care. No worries. Okay, here is my point. Within 2 weeks, if you're not giving me job on the OPT EAD, I will not work on some other's name. If you're not sending me to office 5 days a week, what I will do is I will come to India. I will 2 weeks, I'll stay in my Vizag hometown. I'll come to Puttupatti. I'll open a shop. This is what I spoke to Swami.
Right.
Where we can sell Swami's photos and chains and everything.
Yeah.
I'll open that shop, really. So, or if I'll go to the Bangalore and I can take up some software job for 40 or 50,000. Every week I'll come and do Seva or Prashanti Malandir or Kulwant Sai Kulwant Bhajan. Neeku నాకు అలవాటే అది అని చెప్పి I stopped. That is the only one day I spoke like very rigorously, I mean like very heartfully with Swami.
Right.
And this is not exaggeration. This is exactly what happened. The day I prayed, next day I got a call from, I don't know whether I applied or not also. You don't believe me? I've never applied to the company where I'm working here.
I believe you.
I call, I mean like they called for the exact role that I'm looking. They only have one role. Okay. They only asked me one question. Do you need sponsorship? At this point. Okay. I said, Swami always says, behave cleverly, Bangaru. I said no. Okay. So the next day is the first round. I don't know if it happens here or not, but the same day I got second round. The vice president who interviewed me like 40 minutes, At the end of the call, he said that if we also let you in, I'm not sure that you can learn everything in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I said, I can learn everything in 1 week.
Yeah.
And the VP said, you can't do that. This is huge company. I'll let you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Without VP calling me again, I got the offer letter.
Oh, wow.
I got the offer letter. The background check is done. This is all within process of 1 week. I didn't even have the time to set up my bedding or bag or something, you know. This is 21st October, I got the offer letter. 28th, I'm in the Virginia Beach. And the ending is very interesting. You should listen. Swami completed two challenges here.
Yeah.
Challenge one is, while praying, I did not, in that aggressive mind, I did not know what I'm praying for. I asked Swami, you should send me 5 days office a week.
Yeah.
Now I'm going 5 days office. Okay. The second challenge is my father and like people always keep saying that Swami likes to throw, like complete challenges and,
Yeah.
put his collar up.
Mm.
The same thing is he did. While coming second day from office, I saw Jaibai's photo, Swami's photo in group.
Yeah.
And I said, my father, that there is Sai Center here.
Yeah.
My father only said one thing. Like there will be Sai centers in every group.
Yeah.
But the point you received the message after you coming after the second day onboarding of your offer is,
Yeah.
this is an indication that Swami has completed his challenge and he signed it off.
Yeah.
Never ever don't challenge him, kind of thing. He said that is a because the amount of tension I was in June, July, and August, I cannot explain it.
Right.
Now I'm happy because he's there. That's it.
Yeah. Saira. Thank you. Okay. Do we have time to just read? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. So, Om, my SSC student.
Whatever man seeks to achieve, he has to rely on nature. Nature is not anyone's private property, it belongs to God. Without the grace of the Lord, no one can enjoy the benefits of nature. Not realizing this truth, some people embark on the exploitation of nature out of arrogance and self conceit. This is highly misconceived. Without the sanction of the Lord, man cannot achieve anything in the world. The divine is the basis for everything. Man, however, is filled with the conceit that he is the one who is doing everything. This pride is the cause of his ruin. It is the cause of his frustration and disappointment. Man today is basing his life on reliance on nature, forgetting God. This is a grievous mistake. You must place your faith in God, who is the prime supporter of nature, and enjoy what nature provides. Faith in God is the primary requisite for man. But how should devotion to God express itself? Not in ostentatious external forms like smearing vibhuti, wearing a special dress, or flaunting a japmala. Devotees make a distinction between personal duties and service to the divine. They look upon worship, meditation, and the like as divine service, and what they do for their families and friends as personal duties. This kind of division amounts to practicing a deception on God. God is omnipresent and subsumes all things. Hence, there is no meaning in making a distinction between one kind of work and another.
Yeah. So, Sairam, thank you, Om. So, with this, I mean, so when I pick the when I pick the discourses that Swami gives, or when I do my research on these things, I only go into how I want this to flow. So whether I like it or not, it generally flows that way. So, for example, how our discussion has flown in today, and now with this talk about what Swami is saying, I just wanted to bring our discussion to how can we shift our mindset to view all actions as form of divine service. What challenges might arise in treating mundane or difficult tasks as sacred? I know we all are our own obstacle. Fear is major. Expectation is another one that we have talked about. But again, in spite of that, to view all our actions as divine, that's one thing. And then we always have to talk about, and just with this week's events, we look at we focus on the external forms of devotion. How important is that? And how can we emphasize inner sincerity? Is that important to do? When I say is it important, what I mean is the external forms of devotion, like praying, doing our pujas, doing all of that. Is that important? Like Swami said, right? Just it's he said, do not in ostentatious external forms, but at the end of the day, at some point, that is also somehow important to bring us together, in understanding ourselves. Like we can't go from that's
right? That's what he means by ostentatious. So
so
if you are putting vibhuti because you think that it is guarding you and that is a way of, you're thinking
Correct.
Swami is putting, then that's fine, right?
but also so then come back to the next piece. So why do people often focus on the external forms of devotion then? Like we all, that brings us energy, right? How important is that external form of devotion to building our inner sincerity?
No, I don't understand. If external, how are they both related? Like inner
So-
sincerity, if you don't have inner sincerity, how can you do external form of devotion? Right?
You
And that
can.
would be just
You can do a ritual, because
that's a
many
ritual.
people, this is India, ritual beliefs are still very strong. Is there inner sincerity in that ritualistic performance? Is what I'm
So
getting
I
to.
would
Maybe the question is not
answer
correct.
that question.
And yeah,
Yes, these are different stages of elevation. Different stages. First stage is to enter the classroom. Okay, baby, you sit down. Say A, B, C, D, E. Now we'll say B for bat, C for cat, D for dog. Then you make a sentence. Then you further elevate. Then you make a paragraph. So it's a slow elevation. So in outer thing is the first step. Go and enter the temple. Okay, my son, go and bow in front of God, in front of Baba. Okay, now start using the vibhuti. Start going to the temple. Start playing the harmonium. Start playing the dholak. Everything else will automatically come in. These steps are made very thoughtfully by our wise men. Otherwise, directly go and do sadhana and change inner self is not possible. These are the steps made very thoughtfully. My son is coming here, sitting, listening. He's listening also. He's watching also.
right.
He's listening. So these all steps will come in. So entry is good. So outer thing is not. So it's like like any fruit, the flower, the petals. Once the petals become the flower becomes the fruit, the petals don't have a role. But you can't say from the beginning that petals don't have a role. Once you reach that stage of fruit, then petals don't have a role.
That is
But
what. So the third
but
question is
so
maintained as a
initial things
separate.
are important, but when the fruit comes, then we have to leave them away.
Correct.
So no, again, I feel like that if you are ostentatious, that's completely different, right? If you are, it's a show
Agree.
off, right? But external form of devotion does mean inner sincerity, like Nachiketa was there, right?
That is why it is Nachiketa. Not everyone has it.
No, we all have it. Some people, it is like, millions of daffodils in a wild are growing. We don't see that. We see one or two that are right near in front of us. So, like Nachiketa, there are many people who have done that and who have seen that, right? And who are feeling that. So, I don't think that external form of devotion is wrong. And it is not even the first step. It could be the last step also. Because in that itself, they could get their moksha, right? So that is not what it is. The inner sincerity. These two are not correlated. Inner sincerity is the only piece that is the thing that we need to be
Work
focused
towards.
on.
Okay.
Sarah.
Yes. Go ahead, Jay.
So your question is some people just do rituals, but they are not inside, nothing is there. Just follow, blindly follow, not having anything inside. That's the point you are
Yeah.
raising, right? So I think Mano, I just want to continue the statement that Manoj said.
Okay.
So the first entry is into the classroom, LKG, ABCD. So then it's gone. That's how spirituality, some people will start doing some rituals. So does it mean that everybody enters into the classroom is going to be PhD? Not necessary. So some people will start, but they end up failing in 10th class forever.
Right.
So for that life, that's the end. But doesn't mean it's going to stop there. So that will carry forward. Maybe in next birth, whatever the effort they put might be some kind of push comes for the next birth. They might be little more enlightened from there onwards. So that's why whatever the people we see today just practicing rituals, maybe they are not enlightened in this birth, but they're at least entered into the LKG classroom
Correct.
and continuing the journey there.
Right.
Maybe next generation, next incarnation, they might be going for the better class afterwards. That's
Right.
what I.
Yeah,
I
nicely
just
put.
want to add one sentence what Jay Bhai had mentioned. This was the question. I don't remember that particular shloka in Gita. This is a specific shloka in Gita. When Arjuna asked this question, the same question, if we do not elevate to that level, what will we happen to us? Will we drown to the Nimna Yoni? Then no. In this path, there's no, it's always going forward. So if you have failed in the 10th grade 10 times, doesn't matter. Next birth, you start from that point onwards. So whoever is there at whatever stage, we, what we have to remember not to criticize them, let them elevate at their own pace. Do not make them feel that wrong. I mean, obviously, with the circumstances, they will get to know this is not the end of it. We have to go further ahead, further ahead. And even if they stop at that point, that's fine. Next birth, they will further elevate.
Thank you. Yep. Absolutely. And the last one that I had was what steps can individual take to ensure their devotion is reflected in their actions, not just in rituals.
I think the sincerity in whatever we do. So that is going to reflect the devotion. Because if you're very sincere in whatever we do, that sincerity you will get with that faith. So it's not just it's not the work that you do. It's not that it is to help somebody. It's not that. The faith in whatever we do is for the higher purpose. It's for the divine, or it could be for Swami, it could be for whatever divinity that you believe in. If you have that firm faith, then and of course we talked about the expectations. Without expectations of the results, we do the work sincerely without expecting any results, then that it will be a reflection of the devotion.
Right. Sairam, yes. Last.
Sairam.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this correctly answer to this, but I met knowingly or unknowingly Sairam 2 times so far. Like when I was 2 year old, I met him, and again right before coming to US. I came here, and I was asked like, could you come here in 2006 or 7 to the Sai Center? Ushaji asked me, but I was not sure because I have never grown up like as others. I believe okay, Sat Sai Baba is there, and Shirdi Sai Baba is used to be where we used to pray and all. So, and I was like, okay, I did not come. And then several times through Bhavani and various other, I came to the center so many times. I believe in God and all. But I was always thinking, I love the center. I love it so much. It aligns with my belief and learn. But why am I not able to come frequently? Why am I not being part of it in so many years? And even if I want to also. So over the time, during COVID time, I came, I come, I like it. Over the COVID time, like I would say, I think in one of the groups where it's a study group where it started. And that day I like, okay, Baba, I really like the principles. It aligns with what I think. I stand for these things. I want that develop. I have faith, but I don't know something that firm faith is not coming where, uh, as I can say, just how I believe Hanuman, like to the fullest, that kind of faith is not coming. I'll read the Tapovan for you, but at the end of this, make me just blindly believe you. That is only a wish I have.
Yeah.
And I can see myself where I'm now today. I might not be a regular visit to the study circle. I don't think my presence will make a difference here, but my faith towards him, even if I'm not part of it, I listen on my drives the study circle discussions. I listen to the Baba videos. I listen to every single second. So many real time examples have happened. So, on together, what I feel is that firm faith is what is needed, irrespective of what comes your way, irrespective of if it's good thing or bad thing. Bad thing comes to teach you, to grow you into a better person. If you accept, you move forward. Otherwise, you will stay where you are.
Yes.
So that is what I believe.
Very nicely said. And that's the that's a great conclusion to today's discussion. So just life application is namasmarana. So let us commit to chanting the divine name of any form of your choice every day. And I think that would take us leaps and bounds ahead every day. So let's end the study session with Om and Three Shantis, please. Om. Shant, shant, shanti. Sai Ram. Thank you all for participating today. Yes, thank you. You're getting yes. Heat it up a little.